some people mourn what's happened to Carmel. There are several ways to approach it. One is physically, and one is lifestyle, emotionally. Let's talk about safety. Nobody locked their doors. You could go into anybody's house, and the only way, when you announce your presence, you would move in, go in a couple of feet in the entry hall or the living room and say, "Here I am," and that was it. Another safety change is the police force. It must have 20 in the police force now. Well, early on, I only recall 3. And what the police did was tell your parents. And your parents were responsible for your discipline and your manners. That's a big change. Because now, if you do some of these errant things, you'll have psychological tests, you will have a court hearing, you will have all of this kind of stuff. And we didn't have that at the time, and that's a substantial change. Also, in change, it was how parents or the adult community approached the children. They almost universally cared. And the businesses, probably because of the Depression, and because there wasn't any underlying receipt of money, the money was not a pursuit, because you didn't have any. And I can recall that, for instance, when we had our senior prom, it was free, and it was at the beach club, the beach and tennis club in Pebble Beach. And now, of course, to have that same event would cost you $15,000, and there it was free. And they parked our cars and did everything. It was wonderful. I spent a lot of time at the beach club, swimming. But anyway, going back to parents, going back to the changes. So, and there was, and another way, of course, that I knew that the adult community seriously enjoyed children, and they were and we met a lot of them, of course, when we were selling newspapers to them. One of the changes is the elimination of so many gas stations. On the corner of San Carlos and 7th, there was a gas station on each corner. If you went north to Ocean Avenue, there was another big gas station, which was the Carmel Garage. If you went a little further north, probably on 6th Street, was another one, Carl and Chan. So now I'm naming 6 gas stations in the area. And of course that changed. Carmel the property became too valuable for that, and you put in these other shops. The houses have changed somewhat. Many of them were single wall construction. You either had your conduit inside or you had your conduit outside. And the lots were 40 by 100. You needed 2 lots. And some of the houses, though, were only on one, which really, made them very small. And they were basically board and bat and very simple. Comfortable, but simple. Now, of course, Now, the modern theme is to have as big a place as possible, and I don't like that either in Carmel or any place else. As far as merchants are concerned, merchandise is more T-shirts and souvenirs than it was during the war and before it. The fine shops have mostly gone, and the fine shops that are there are over the top in the price. It hasn't hurt my interest in the El Paseo building, but I'm not particularly fond of it. The town is more crowded than it used to be too. This is a difference. After the war, when the European community started reviving, we got a lot of tourists there. And for a while, as we know, the Japanese were on top with their automobile industry and everything else, and they were there. And the Bay Area prospered more, and consequently, the Carmel became a weekend destination. And with all that, we had a change in the shops because the landlords charged so much that you would have to circulate your merchandise or roll it over faster. You couldn't keep it. The other thing, though, is the city limits never changed, and the beach never changed.